This is KiniNews and I'm your host Prasad, bringing you today's top stories. Umno has gone from no DAP and no Anwar and has potentially expanded it to no pass and Bersatu for the Malacca polls.
Umno President Ahmad Zahid Hamidi revealed that his party has the intention of going solo in the upcoming Malacca state election. This means Umno is unlikely to work with its PN partners, PAS and Besatu. In an online talk show last night hosted by Rafi Awg Zechik, Zahid suggested that Umno will contest solo under the PN flag. He said, God willing, the rakyat will choose the best party. Rafi also asked if Umno will work with Bersatu in GE15 and in the Malacca election. To this, he said he respected the decision and stance taken by the Umno General Assembly in 2020, which is to not work with Bersatu in GE15. He further explained that as for the Malacca election, there is a desire among Umno members and leaders throughout the state to not work with Bersatu.
Despite Zahid saying this, his deputy had a meeting with several PAS leaders yesterday. If you think they discuss important things like how they're going to keep Muafakat Nasional intact, think again. They just wanted to have some tea.
Umno Deputy President Muhammad Hassan held a meeting with PAS leaders recently. Many speculated that it could be about seat negotiations for the next general election. However, according to Muhammad, that wasn't the case. He said it was simply an ordinary meetup over teh tarik after not seeing each other for some time. Speaking to Malaysia Kini, he also insisted there were no talks of seat distribution between the two Muafakat Nasional partners. Aside from Muhammad, a photograph taken at the meetup also showed Umno Youth Chief Ashraf Washdi Dusuki, BN Secretary General Zamri Abdul Kadir, PAS Deputy President Tuan Ibrahim Tuan Man and PAS Vice President Idris Ahmad. On September 3rd, Muhammad reportedly said that Umno and PAS, through a series of MN meetings, had finalized almost 70% of the party's seat negotiations.
The Hulk is one of my favorite Marvel superheroes. The man who calls himself the Hulk in Malacca, though, that is a different story. We all know how he quit the state government. What we didn't know was that he didn't return the official car. Former Malacca Executive Council member Nurhizam Bhakti no longer has access to his Toyota Camry, official state government car. This is because the police seized it after a report was lodged that he did not return it. Nurhizam, who once gave himself the nickname Hulk, was one of 3 former State Exco members who quit the Malacca state government. Malacca Police Chief Abdul Majid Muhammad Ali told a press conference today that they had secured a court warrant to seize the car from the parking lot of a condominium in the state.
Apa sebab yang diberi, kenapa dia dalam ingkar untuk menyerahkan kereta?
Yang tu kita akan membuat siasatan lanjut. Kita akan panggil Exco yang berkenaan untuk kita buat siasatan lanjut bagi mendapat keadilan dalam kes ni. Dalam siasatan ni kita akan dapat justice dan juga keadilan fair untuk kesemua pihak.
Nurhizam said yesterday that he would return the car today. He had also expressed displeasure that he was made to surrender his official vehicle when other State Exco members were still allowed to use theirs. An activist is demanding to meet Sibu Exco He Loy Sian over his alleged misleading claims regarding the status of the southern portion of the Bukit Churaka Forest Reserve. Our reporter, Jade Tan, has more.
A group of activists today demanded a meeting with Selangor Cabinet member He Loy Sian to clarify the government's alleged misleading claims regarding the status of the southern portion of the Bukit Churaka Forest. However, the Exco is currently overseas and the letter was handed over to his special assistant Hugh Kim Boon.
YB himself is out of the country. He's in the UK at the moment and he's going to be there for more than a week, I think until the end of the month. And so he's going to be in quarantine and so he's not available to meet us anytime soon.
He was alleged to have erroneously cited the document known as PW1443 in his press release to back the state government's claim that the land in question was no longer considered a forest reserve since 2006. The activists, known collectively as the Shah Alam Community Forest Society or SACFS, are challenging the veracity of his account and want to discuss the matter face-to-face. They claim that the code PW1443 also appears as a map made by the Department of Survey and Mapping, which could either refer to a Pemberitahuan Warta or Gazette Notice or Plan Warta, Gazette Plan.
Now we have a message from our sponsor. If you don't have time for it, that's okay. Just skip to our next story. We'll be right back after this 2-minute message.
shellfish, red meat, and beer. If you love indulging in these foods, you may end up with high uric acid level in your blood. These foods consist high level of purine, a substance that will eventually break down into uric acid and be excreted through our urine. It is recommended that the amount of dietary purines should be kept between 600 to 1000 milligrams per day. Having too much uric acid in your blood can cause attacks of gout. It can also cause kidney stones and blockage in the kidney. The crystallization of the excessive uric acid in your blood can be eased by reducing purine-rich food to only 100 to 150 milligrams daily, maintaining a healthy lifestyle, and consuming urinary alkalinizer like Ural. It consists of sodium bicarbonate, citric acid, and sodium citrate that increases the urinary pH and solubility of uric acid to prevent crystallization. Best of all, it's lemon-flavored and sugar-free. Ural, effective urinary alkalinizer. Neutralize your uric acid problem now.
The MACC is set to charge a worrisome MP tomorrow. However, it's still unclear what he will be charged for. We'll just have to wait and see tomorrow. Warisan's Labuan MP Rosman will be charged by the MACC tomorrow. The MP's lawyer Muhammad Rashid Ali confirmed the matter. However, he is unaware what the lawmaker would be charged with. This will only be known when the proceedings begin at the Kuala Lumpur Sessions Court tomorrow. The lawyer did reveal that the charge involves Section 23(1) of the MACC Act. Section 23 deals with the offence of using office of position for gratification. According to a media advisory issued by the MACC this afternoon, the anti-graft watchdog announced that a Member of Parliament will be charged in the KL Sessions Court at 9 a.m. tomorrow. Rosman is a two-time MP for Labuan, becoming an Umno lawmaker for the constituency in 2013 as well as 2018. However, he crossed over from Umno to Warisan after the 14th general election in 2018. The government previously said it would have delivered 150,000 laptops to students from lower-income families by the end of September. Did it happen? Not quite. The Education Minister will explain why.
A total of 137,987 laptops have been distributed to students from lower-income families across the nation as of October 9th. This was revealed by Education Minister Muhammad Razzie Majidin. He said this in response to Klang MP Wong Shu Chi, who had asked him about the status of distribution of the 150,000 laptops promised under the Cerdik initiative. All 150,000 laptops were expected to be delivered by the end of September this year. However, Yayasan Hasanah, the foundation in charge of distributing the laptops, have yet to receive some 5,000 units. More than 6,000 laptops are yet to be distributed by the foundation. Sarawak and Sabah were among the top two states to receive the highest distribution of laptops. The Cerdik program, overseen by Yayasan Hasanah, was introduced during the tabling of Budget 2021 late last year. This was after Finance Minister Tengku Zafrul Abdul Aziz had said that GLCs and GLICs would contribute 150 million ringgit for laptops to students in 500 schools. Since the effort began, the government has been criticised on many occasions. The most prominent would be for being discriminatory, following revelations that only 406 laptops across 6 out of 527 Tamil vernacular schools have received laptops under the Cerdik initiative.
I know most of you are planning to make a trip across state borders this weekend, and the cops know it too. And this is why enforcement and monitoring will be stepped up.
The Traffic Investigation and Enforcement Department will be enhancing monitoring and enforcement to ensure smooth traffic following the lifting of the interstate travel ban. Bukit Aman's Traffic Division Deputy Director Muhammad Nazri Hussain said monitoring and enforcement will begin this Friday. He said this is as the build-up of traffic is expected due to the long weekend ahead. He added that patrols would also be intensified by monitoring teams. Previously, during the lockdown, the Traffic Division were carrying out roadblocks. However, it has since been abolished and officers are back to their normal patrol duty. Nasri also said since yesterday, his personnel have started conducting Op Lancha, an operation to ensure smooth traffic flow. This effort will continue until the coming Monday. Last Sunday, Prime Minister Ismail Sabri Yaakob announced that interstate travel will be allowed starting October 11 for those who have been fully vaccinated.
Before we go, let's take a look at our latest COVID-19 figures, and there is some good news for the people in Sabah.
The Health Ministry today reported 7,950 new COVID-19 cases today. As of yesterday, the R0 for the country is 0.88. A R0 of less than 1.0 is good because it suggests that the spread of COVID-19 is decelerating. The only region where the R0 was above 1.0 are Putrajaya, Negeri Sembilan and Perlis. Hospital beds used by COVID-19 patients are generally trending down over the past month, except in Sarawak. Meanwhile, in a separate development, Sabah has decided to relax travel rules for those who have been vaccinated. Starting tomorrow, inter-district travel will be allowed for fully vaccinated adults and their children under 12, as well as for teens aged 12 to 18 who have received at least one vaccine dosage. Meanwhile, interstate travel will be allowed starting November 1st, whereby those coming into Sabah have to be fully vaccinated and additionally perform either a rapid or PCR COVID-19 test at most 3 days before entry.
And that is all from me today. For more stories, you can go to KiniTV.com. You can also follow us on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube and Facebook for the latest news updates. If you'd like to support independent media, do consider subscribing to MalaysiaKini.com. I'm Prasad. Thank you for watching.